There is an ordinary house in an ordinary neighborhood. The lawn is mowed. The neighbors wave when the owner pulls into the driveway. But inside that house, under a false bottom in a basement chest, sits a strange collection. A lock of hair, a single cheap earring, a stranger's driver's license. An offender who has gone to enormous lengths to never be caught will deliberately keep the specific physical evidence that could destroy them. That contradiction is the starting point for investigators. To understand this corner of criminal psychology, they look at what a person cannot bring themselves to throw away. While it is easy to assume someone takes a wallet for the cash, the items found in these hidden collections are rarely valuable. The cash is left at the scene. The expensive watch is ignored. A souvenir is an object used to relive an experience. The mundane item reopens a feeling, stepping back inside a memory. But a trophy is proof. It serves as evidence of a victory, a private marker of skill and total dominance. These collections center on power and control. For this kind of offender, the trophy is the mechanism used to hold the feeling of total domination long after the crime is over. Offenders often function normally in society for months or years between crimes, a stretch investigators call the cooling-off period. They go to work and attend family events while the public mask remains flawless. During these long gaps, the trophy acts as psychological fuel. Alone, in private, the offender uses the object to make the memory flood back with enough intensity to satisfy the violent craving for a while. This need for constant access means the collection cannot be buried in a distant field. It stays inside the home, often just a few feet from where a spouse and children sleep. Proximity is essential for those private hours when the ordinary daytime identity feels weak and the hidden self requires nourishment. The respectable life and the hidden chest are two halves of the same person. The trophies are the bridge between them, allowing the internal fantasy to survive the long stretches of normalcy. In the late 1970s, agents at the FBI's Behavioral Science Unit began treating crime scenes as a series of readable choices rather than pure chaos. Agents like John Douglas and Robert Ressler interviewed 36 convicted offenders, asking directly how they chose victims and why they took specific items. This research established that an offender's choices are a signature. A crime can be read in stages, from the initial fantasy to the aftermath, where the trophy sustains the loop that pulls toward the next act. Later studies by psychologist David Cantor showed that the violent acts themselves were often less revealing than the quiet choices, like whether an offender stole a seemingly meaningless earring or spoke to the victim as a person. The smallest, most easily overlooked items stolen from a scene provide the most accurate window into how a particular person relates to others. The offender's terror of losing their sense of supreme power far outweighs their fear of being caught. Giving up the trophy is unthinkable because it would mean losing the only version of themselves they believe is real. This results in a quiet, permanent gamble. They consciously accept a catastrophic risk every single day just to keep the object within reach. Ultimately, the same psychological habit that sustains their double life is the exact thread that guarantees their destruction. When authorities finally close in, it is rarely a flaw in the offender's planning that betrays them. It is the undeniable existence of the hidden collection itself. These stolen items are not abstract trivia. They belonged to real individuals who were loved and had names. Investigators study these patterns to recognize behavioral escalation early, connect unrelated scenes, and stop an offender before the next crime can happen. Behavioral science exists to protect people, not to admire those who hurt them. That distinction is the line between a psychological study and a true crime spectacle.